Hi guys, welcome to Jacob's Boujee Garden. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. Today is December the 2nd, and today was Jacob's birthday. He would have been 22 years old. We had a birthday celebration this evening, and everybody stopped by just to rejoice in the fact that we all had someone that we truly loved in our lives. I'm getting ready to go to bed. I thought I would make this video real quick. Sorry, it's really hard. I know y'all didn't want to sit here and watch me cry. So anyway, I wanted to share a funny story. Everybody's telling just a little story on here today. And I wanted to share a funny story with you. Jacob was about 3 or 4 years old. We were at Walmart one day, and he was sitting in the buggy, and he was picking his nose and eating it. Jacob, don't do that. It's so nasty. It's gross. He goes, what, Mommy? Tastes just like chicken. So from that moment on, everything tasted like chicken. So that was Jacob. He was absolutely hilarious. And even when he was little, he was the funniest kid ever. And he grew up to be the funniest, most loving person you could ever imagine. He loved everyone, and it didn't matter who you were, what color you were, what religion you were. He loved you no matter what, and if you needed anything, he would have given it to you if he had it. And that's the way we all should be. We should all love each other and try to take care of each other. And I'm so grateful for the friends and the family that surrounds me and keeps me somewhat sane. I don't know how good of a job they're doing, but they're trying. So I love you guys, and thank you so much for watching our videos and hanging in there with us. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, wonderful night, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Hey, Jacob, I've known you since Ashland was a freshman. You're a fine young man. I really miss you, and think about you almost every day. But there's one thing I still can't figure out, how that white streak got down Ashland's car. If you could go to give me a hint and let me know, I'd greatly appreciate it. Godspeed, my dear friend. Godspeed.
So my favorite memory of Jacob is probably his birthday last year whenever he FaceTimed me from Ashland's phone. I was working on my finals and studying and like doing all this stuff, and he was like, Grace, I need you to be here. And he just kept screaming at me over the phone. And so I showed up, and then he made me feel better. He did scream in my face a little bit all night, but it was for my betterment. And he just kept telling me he loved me, and it was really nice because I hadn't seen him in a long time. And I'm pretty sure he messes with my dog whenever we're at Ashland's apartment. But I think she would have loved him.
So one of my favorite memories with Jacob is when we went to Emory and Henry one day. We hadn't hung out in a while, and we took lots of pictures with the ducks, and we ate at McAdoo's, me, him, and Ashlyn, and it was so much fun.
Okay, one of the stories I remember about Jacob is when he was a baby. And I stayed over at Angelina's house, and he got sick, and he threw up. And it scared me to death because I didn't have children. And I was so nervous about him all night that I slept in the floor near his baby bed because I was afraid something would happen to him because I had never been around babies and I was so nervous that he was going to get sick in his sleep. So I stayed in the floor like I didn't know what to do if he got sick, but I stayed there anyway. That's what I remember.
This here's a story about Jacob teaching me how to drive, how we'd sneak around when I was like 15 in the Mercedes. It was always fun. He was a good teacher, I will say that.
Jacob was a really kind person. He was really considerate too. He would always make sure people were okay, and I really appreciated that about him. He was also really funny. He had a lot of jokes to tell, and he was just naturally funny. But yeah, I miss Jacob. He was a good person.
One of my favorite memories with Jacob, also one of Sophia's favorite memories, is the time when we were counselors at a kids camp, and we waited up for Jacob to get back from New Orleans at like 3 a.m. or something, and we went to meet him and Ashlyn at the car. And as soon as we get there, we're excited. We're like, hey guys, haven't seen you in like a week and stuff. And then he starts screaming how Pablo's lost in the car. And so, at first we weren't sure if he was in the car, if he was just in the road or something, if he jumped out of like the window or fell out or something. So we went and looked for him, and then we ended up finding out, well, we couldn't find him. We ended up finding out he was in the car the entire time. He was like inside one of the panels in the car. But yeah, that was one of our favorite memories with Jacob.
I remember sometimes Jacob would cut my hair, and it was a really good bonding moment between us, and I saw a lot of potential in him, and I remember it made him want to be a barber, and overall, over the years that I knew him, he was a really great person.
I'm Jean Weaver. I'm Ashlyn's grandmother, and she calls me Nana. Jacob also called me Nana. One night he was up here at our house, and we were talking about fish. Jacob was interested in fish, and he had built a pond at his mom's house and had put some fish in it. But we were talking about koi fish, and I don't remember any details of the conversation other than what I'm going to tell you. And Ashlyn and he were talking about koi fish, and I was listening, and I was talking. And I said, but one thing is, I said, it's not pronounced koi. It's pronounced qua. I said, it's called qua. It's K-O-I. And that's just how you pronounce it. And Jacob and Ashlyn looked at each other, and they just laughed. And Jacob said, now, Nana, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I know for a fact it's called koi. So I looked it up in the dictionary on my phone right then and there, and sure enough, it's not pronounced qua, it's pronounced koi. But I'll never forget how to pronounce it, and I'll never forget Jacob when he was trying to tell me that, and he was trying to do it without being disrespectful, and he was also trying to do it without burst out laughing.
So, honestly, thinking of a favorite memory with Jacob is pretty hard. I tried to think of one for a while, but there's just too many to choose from. And I don't know. So I couldn't actually decide on one, but I really miss him, and I love you, Jacob, so much, and I can't believe this was the first birthday I didn't get to celebrate with you in 6 years. So, we all really miss you, and I think about you every second of every day, and I'll forever love you and miss you, and thank you for allowing me to have so many good memories with you. Love you.
There you go.